In daily routine, there are the people who experience to see their fantasies materialize like any semblance of Tank. And there are the people who continue to wish their fantasies work out as expected. You realize who battle you, Gervonta Tank Davis. We should get the battle going, man. I'm burnt out on tweeting. I'm worn out on discussing it since Shakur turned into a name in boxing. He has consistently pursued significance, and for quite a long time, he has never halted. I surmise they needed to make the battle, and we just advised him to send proposition we a hike nothing back at except for a like I said that battle will happen as of late. Shocker took everything out on Tank for evidently deferring his battle on a live call, yet the end was not as warm, finishing with the two coming to a tranquil compromise to express these things. This person is dodging this person. They need to track down an individual. To say that someone's dodging yet, I ain't terrified to battle him. He's not frightened to battle me. The hamburger among Shocker and Tank began after Shocker got down on Tank for dodging him in a meeting. The remarks came soon after Tank had gotten his success over Ryan Garcia in April 2023. Shocker, never bashful about his own desires, had been vocal about his longing to battle the greatest names in boxing. He felt that Tank was evading him, favoring simpler matchups over genuine difficulties. I can't see you all, I don't know. Come battle night, I'm coming to take the necessary steps to get the triumph. Tank's keeping away from me. I see it, Shakur said in a 2023 meeting with ESPN. He's around here battling folks who can't box at my level. He would rather not step into the ring with somebody who will make him miss and look awful. Yet it appeared to be that the pressure arrived at its pinnacle as of late when the two of them got into a call. Tank, generally certain, opened up with an immediate punch at Shakur's battling style brother. You're a sprinter, Tank shot when you see possible battles in the game that could be made. Battle among yourself and Tank. Would you say that is the greatest potential battle you would try and prefer not to battle? All you do is dance around the ring, taking off from the activity. Ain't no one paying to see that Tank's analysis wasn't new. Many fans and examiners had blamed Shakur for being excessively mindful, excessively guarded, and not able to participate in the ruthless trades that fans hungered for. Shakur, anyway, had consistently countered those cases by highlighting his boxing intelligence level and specialized splendor. His success over Oscar Valdez in 2022, where he completely outmatched the Mexican boss to bring together the WBC and WBO titles, was proof that his style worked. Anyone, he can smell it. So on the off chance that you show any delicateness whatsoever, Tank is going. He will track it down, and he going to take it too. He going to take it to Shocker. In the event that they do, you don't comprehend boxing, man. Shocker shot back. You're barely around here, tossing haymakers, emergency rooms, trusting they land. There's no science in what you do. You depend on influence since you can't defeat me in the ring. The contention took a much more honed turn when Shocker raised Tank's cracked relationship with Floyd. Music. Mayweather, Tank, and headed out in different directions from Mayweather advancements in 2022. Following quite a while of developing strain, Davis had voiced disappointments with the manner in which Floyd was dealing with his vocation, blaming the resigned legend for focusing on his own popularity over his contender achievement. Unreasonable. That is what you are, Shocker, said Floyd constructed you. And presently, you need to toss soil on his name. You wouldn't feature paper perspectives or bringing in the sort of cash you manage. Without Floyd, he made you a star. This hit a nerve with Tank, who had long felt like he was residing in Floyd's shadow while Floyd Mayweather was coaching him from the get-go in his profession. The two frequently butted heads. As a matter of fact, their issues became public during Tank's lead-up to the Rollo Romero battle in 2022, where Davis communicated dissatisfaction with the manner Mayweather was advancing the occasion. Second admonition. The here is simply counter left hand as the delight of don't talk on step. You don't realize, man, Tank snapped. Floyd failed to help me that I didn't accomplish. For myself, you think just 'cause I used to move with him that he made me? Nah. I procured this on my own. My clenched hands got me where I'm. Floyd ain't taking individuals out for me. Tank's enthusiasm was clear. His split from Mayweather advancements was energized by his craving to remain all alone, to demonstrate that his prosperity wasn't a direct result of Floyd's direction, but sense of his own diligent effort and destroying punching power. His co-triumphs over St. Nick Cruz, Burroughs, and Garcia were viewed as explanations that he didn't require Floyd to be a hotshot. Music. Yet Shocker wouldn't withdraw. He regarded Floyd, and as per him, he wouldn't hesitate to get down on what he saw as Tank's an appreciation. You sound genuine, harsh, Tank, Shocker answered. Yet by the day's end, you owe a ton of your prosperity to Floyd. Like knowing the hand takes care of you may be great, yet you wouldn't be here without music. The call wasn't just about injuries from a long time. ago. However, as their trade warmed up, Tank moved the concentration to Shakur's forthcoming battle against Joe Cordina set for October 2024. Cordina, a rising star from Ridges, had become famous with his knockout power and forceful style. You believe you're so smooth, yet Cordina will break you. Tank said he will get you, and when he does, you're going down. Mark my words, you will get taken out in October. You think Tank washes? You think he watches Plain Martin? I imply that is the reason he battling him. He's singling out, that is what he truly do. Tank faced the least challenge, assuming Tank was actually a hazardous, or this individual he professed to be, he would have battled Edwin Dos Santos. Tank's expectation isn't unrealistic. Cordina had paralyzed the confining scene 2022 with a ruthless second round knockout of Kenichi Ogawa to catch the IBF title. His mix of speed and power made him a risky rival, and many felt that Shakur was facing a huge challenge by climbing to confront him. Cause you got to accomplish something right hand anyway. Tank and Shakur have had their quiet days, and in the call they appear to be regarding the days of your anything man you do you. We used to prepare together as children, and you've done greater things. Cap's not entirely okay. To you, man, we ought not be beefing, to which Tank answered, don't get me wrong, I ain't beefing with you or the one talking. You don't have the foggiest idea. Yet, if you were to ask me, you are accomplishing something useful. There's not a glaringly obvious explanation. I got ill will with you none. I wanted you to enjoy all that life has to offer, yet do. Well, it presently appears to be that with that settled, we probably won't get any additional intensity from them, which is fascinating in light of the fact that the most recent couple of days have been only warm. Shocker, Stevenson is prepared to step once again into the ring to shield his WBC lightweight world title on October 12, 2024 in a high-stack standoff against Joe Cordina. He referenced in when he was a then, he said at a catchweight too, so yet, assuming I come up to lightweight, there's no requirement for a catchweight. The occasion will happen in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as a feature of a stupendous battle night featured by the light heavyweight unification session between Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Val. While this occasion vows to be a thrilling scene, Stevenson's battle has previously started into serious discussion and analysis, particularly with Gervonta Davis's camp stirring up the fire in a new endeavor to ridicule Stevenson's battle against Cordina. Gervonta Davis's co-mentor Kenny Ellis posted a snide remark on Instagram. He composed, "Get your tickets," currently suggesting that Stevenson's forthcoming session was shameful of consideration. Ellis's post was viewed as a swipe at the nature of the battle, particularly considering Cordina's new exhibition. Shakur Stevenson never need to avoid online fights, immediately discharged back. He posted a screen capture of Kenny Ellis's girls' 7-3 record as a fighter and labeled Ellis with the message, "San mentor, keep on track." The hit was a smart dig at Ellis, taunting the way that 3 losses in 10 battles was not precisely a sparkling record. This trade via virtual entertainment simply added to the strain that had been fermenting between Stevenson's camp and Davis's group for a really long time. Anyway, underneath the outer layer of this web-based chit-chat lies a fascinating point. Stevenson, who stays undefeated with a record of 220 and 10 knockouts, is anxious to ascend much higher in the boxing scene, yet to do so, he wants to shake off the reactions that have been working after his new exhibitions against Artem Haritunian and Edwin De Los Santos. Mix pokes of the even with one hand, and on second thought this one will go the despite the fact that Stevenson figured out how to get triumphs in the 2 battles. His appearances were a long way from prevailing, driving a few fans to scrutinize his remaining in the lightweight division. These new exhibitions have created a shaded area over Stevenson's profession, as fans keep thinking about whether he's genuinely equipped for satisfying his huge expected. His forthcoming battle with Joe Cordina is considered by a larger number of people to be a basic test for Stevenson to recapture energy, particularly on the off chance that he desires to protect a future Uber battle with Gervonta Tank Davis. Yet the street ahead isn't as obvious as it once appeared to be. Stevenson's choice to confront Joe Cordina has been met with cruel analysis. Cordina, while once a considerable warrior, is falling off a staggering 8th-round knockout misfortune to Anthony Kakek on May 18, 2024. The 32-year-old Welshman, who held the IBF super featherweight world title before his loss to Kakek, is presently seen by quite a few people as harmed merchandise. Boxing fans have not kept down in communicating their failure, blaming Stevenson for carefully choosing a weak rival who offers minimal in the method of challenge or glory. The most brutal reactions have zeroed in on Cordina's knockout misfortune to Kakek, which was a loss as well as a beating that many accept removed something from Cordina. Kakek ruled the battle with Tenacious tension, landing hard shots, and at last dropping Cardina in the 8th round. Fans contend that regardless of how stunningly Stevenson performs against Cardina, it won't come close to Kaka's unequivocal triumph. Shakur won't battle like Kakik. One fan remarked internet base, he won't remain before Cardina and exchange blows. Shakur is excessively frightened of getting hit. He'll move around the ring and box his direction to an exhausting choice. Success. Well, there's a developing conviction that Stevenson's mindful style may not permit him to accomplish the sort of authoritative triumph that would push him back into the spotlight. While Shakur is without a doubt an expert specialist in the ring, he has frequently been censured for being too risk-unwilling. Conversely, Kakachi was able to make weighty efforts from Cardina in return for conveying knockout blows of his own. It was that boldness enduring an onslaught that procured Kakik the knockout, something fans question Stevenson will reproduce. In spite of the cynics, Stevenson stays positive about his capacities. He realizes that Cardina, with his 17-1 record, 9 knockouts, actually has influence and expertise. Cardina's misfortunes have come at a significant level, and his flexibility ought to be considered carefully. Stevenson's test will be to outbox Cardina while keeping away from the weighty shots that Kakik took a chance with adopting. Yet that strategy has additionally procured him marks like Sprinter and exhausting from his fault finders, including Devon Davis himself, who has long taunted Shakur for his cautious style. A lot is on the line for Stevenson. In the event that he wins convincingly, he can keep working towards the fantasy battle with Gervonta Davis, a standoff that has been blending for quite a long time. Yet, on the off chance that his presentation against Cardina is dreary, or on the other hand, assuming he battles at all, his stock might endure one more shot in the fierce universe of boxing. Even an undefeated record doesn't ensure regard, and Shakur realizes that he should convey an assertion triumph to quiet his fault finders. Yet Stevenson is very much in the know that a triumph over Cardina will not mysteriously eradicate his new battles. While he effectively guarded his WBC lightweight world title against Aram Harutyunyan, it was a battle that left many fans unmoved. Harutyunyan figured out how to go all the way with Stevenson, and albeit the American won by consistent choice, the absence of a terrific completion has just energized the discernment that Stevenson's exhibitions are starting to deteriorate. In addition, Cardina's new structure does practically nothing to support Stevenson's resume. While Cardina once held the ABF super featherweight title, his loss to Kakik uncovered blemishes in his game that Stevenson will probably take advantage of. Yet, for Stevenson, even a success over Cardina could feel empty, given the Welshman's new fall out of favor. Anyway, even without the boxing scene is chatting with fervor as fans and examiners, the same guess what could become perhaps of the greatest battle in late history, a uber conflict between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. The two warriors are undefeated defending champs and in the prime of their vocation, making this potential battle a zapping confrontation for the lightweight division. As per Stevenson, the battle is unavoidable, and it's not just about titles or records, it's about history.